From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for October 25th, 2016. Just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the GBPUSD, Great British Pound versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. But first, a recap of yesterday's trade suggestion here on the EUR-USD, Euro versus US dollar. We're looking at the daily time frame. We discussed quite a bit yesterday the reasoning behind resistance at the orange shaded area that you see at the bottom of my chart. That's this zone between 1.0895, 1.0925, this orange shaded area down here. We were looking for resistance. We waited for the market to break out underneath it, which it did yesterday, clearly, even here on the daily time frame, opening and closing underneath the orange shaded area. Looking for the rally, which we did on the 4-hour time frame, underneath that orange shaded area and into it, and looking for the sell or the short right at the bottom of that orange shaded area. And it still holds there today, even today's candle staying underneath that orange zone. So I think it's status quo today. We continue to hold it. We continue to look for it to pressure down towards the next support target, which is the green shaded area all the way down here at the bottom. At this point, there's no risk on the trade. If you look at the top left-hand corner of my chart, I'm using the trade manager available for our members of the Prodigy program. You can see the trade manager current stop loss is in pips. It says 0. So I've moved the stop loss already to break even. We saw over 20 pips of profit. I have it programmed over 20 pips of profit to move my stop loss to break even, and we've been able to survive it so far, staying in the trade. So currently holding about 13 pips of profit, nothing extraordinary. We've seen a little bit more than 20 pips. That's why the trade's at break even, and I'm still going to target back down to the green zone into the 1.0835 level. But it's my intent that as long as it stays under the orange zone, I'm looking for shorts towards the green shaded area. And only if it breaks above that orange zone, that's the risk in the scenario. The risk that the market doesn't do what we expect it to do, breaks back above 1.0925 and goes back higher. That's where our stop loss initially was, closer towards where that red trend line is. We're looking for a very similar price action. We spoke about this in the trade room yesterday as the black circle right there. We look for that black circle to be our clue or our example of what we're looking for underneath the orange shaded area. Holding underneath it, and the next target again all the way back down towards the green zone into the 1.0835 level for the euro dollar this week. Let's move on over to the GBP, USD, Great British Pound, US dollar. Now this one's a little bit different. We're going to start on the 4-hour time frame because as we go out to the daily time frame, it kind of gets too close and too tight, and it's really difficult to see. Let me just give you an example of that. Let's go out there, and as you can see, it gets real close and tight down here inside this little black box down at the bottom right-hand corner of the chart. Long term, it's been a downtrend, so I guess that's the good thing from this daily time frame is that you can see the long-term downtrend. Let's go back down to the 4-hour time frame, and now you can really get a sense of where that black box is, and the market's been contained or constrained inside there and in congestion or a tight range between the top and bottom of that black box. Let's go ahead and zoom it in one more time here on the 4-hour time frame. Now we can really get a sense of what's happening here on the pound dollar. You can see the orange zone at the top, our last significant resistance high. We see the blue zone at the bottom being the support low that you see over there on the far left hand side of the chart, and it's been squeezing tighter and tighter inside of here. Currently the purple zone over the past couple of days now holding as resistance. That's 1.2230 to 1.2255 is that purple shaded area, and that's where we're currently holding as resistance. The bottom of that, or the support that we would see there, is the green shaded area, 1.2195 down to 1.2170 or so. That's the green zone. So we can clearly see where our current support and resistance are. We see resistance here, and we see support here. So that's what we're looking for right now. We're looking for support at the green zone, resistance at the purple zone. At some point, maybe today, later on today, we do have the Bank of England governor speaking. Governor Carney is speaking at 10:35 Eastern U.S. time. So you want to pay attention to that, 10:35. Bank of England governor speaking, but until then, we may just see it continue to bounce around in here. At one point in time, maybe at 10:30, we look for the break above the purple zone and a challenge back towards the orange zone. And otherwise, it could, again, break underneath the green zone and go down to the blue zone. And then from there, we possibly either see above the orange zone for the breakout higher and a new uptrend, or we look at the breakout lower under the blue zone for a new downtrend. So you can clearly see our decision zones, where the market has been making trading decisions, and that becomes the area where we decide to make trading decisions as well. Now, the closer we get to that 10:30 time frame, I might suggest that you might back off from this and wait for the volatility, if there is any, from that speech made by the Bank of England governor. But until then, I'm going to look for a little bit of bouncing around here. I've placed a pending order at 1.2235, just at the top of our current candle. Hasn't gone back up, and since I put that trade there, and gone back up and taken it in. But 2230, 2235, the purple shaded area. If you're looking for resistance, obviously it's found it there. And a breakdown here takes it down to the green zone, a break of the green zone down to the blue zone. That's the hope that we're looking for here. It may not do that. The risk, of course, is that it breaks above the purple zone. So I don't think you want a very big stop just above the purple shaded area, the 22, let's say 60. Level may be the worst case scenario if you're looking for a stop loss here for the pound dollar for the day today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.